It was 34 degrees inside the store. Customers were sweating. Staff were exhausted. And my manager, sitting upstairs, perfectly comfortable, telling us, "It's not that hot." He refused to come down, refused to help, refused to turn on the air conditioning. So eventually, we didn't argue anymore. We just made sure he felt exactly what we were feeling. If you've ever had a boss who ignored you, dismissed you, or made your job harder just because they could hit like, subscribe, because this story, this is Quiet Revenge, done perfectly. This happened a few years ago, back when I worked at a hardware store in a small town called Ashford. Nothing fancy. Concrete floors, metal shelves, no windows on half the shop, which meant one thing: when summer hit, that place turned into an oven. That weekend was brutal. One of those rare UK heat waves where the air feels thick, like even breathing takes effort. By 10 a.m., the shop floor was already uncomfortable. By noon, it was unbearable. Sweat clung to your back. Your shirt stuck to your skin. Even the customers noticed. Is it always this warm in here? Feels like a greenhouse. We all knew the solution. Air conditioning. Simple. One switch. But there was one problem. Graham, our manager, late 50s, always in a press shirt. The kind of guy who believed discomfort built character as long as it wasn't his discomfort. The aircon controls? In his office. Upstairs. Away from the heat. Away from us. We called up, politely, "Hey, can you turn the AC on? It's getting really warm down here." His response? "It's not that hot. You'll be fine." Click. That was it. An hour passed. Then another. Customers kept complaining. Staff started slowing down. Even simple tasks felt heavy. Boxes felt heavier. Steps felt slower. And every time someone suggested calling again, we already knew the answer. Still, we tried. "Graham, it's really getting uncomfortable down here." This time his tone sharpened. "Stop moaning. I've worked in worse." That's when I went upstairs. I remember climbing those steps, each one heavier than the last, opening the office door, and seeing him, sitting back in his chair, relaxed, cool. There was a fan on his desk, blowing directly at him, papers neatly stacked, spreadsheet open, comfortable, while we were melting downstairs. Something clicked in that moment. This wasn't about the heat. It was about control. As long as he was comfortable, it didn't matter what we felt. I asked again, "Can you please turn on the AC?" Without even looking up, he said, "You're overreacting." I walked back downstairs, said nothing, but my supervisor, Liam, he saw in my face. What did he say? I just shook my head, and that's when the idea started forming. Not loud, not dramatic, just quiet, precise. A few hours later, Graham stood up, grabbed his keys, going on lunch. And just like that, he left his kingdom, unattended. Liam looked at me. I looked at him. No words, just understanding. We went upstairs, straight to his office. The fan sat there, humming quietly, the source of his comfort. Liam picked it up. I closed the door behind us. We carried it downstairs, into the stockroom. Concrete floor, no cameras. And then we ended it. One stomp. Plastic cracked. Another. Blade snapped. Again. Until it wasn't a fan anymore. Just broken pieces. We bagged it. Took it outside. Dumped it in a public bin behind the shop. Gone. Like it never existed. When Graham came back, it didn't take long. "Where's my fan?" He checked his desk. Looked under papers. Walked around. Confused. Then annoyed. Then frustrated. He came downstairs. "Has anyone seen my fan?" We all shrugged. Innocent. Calm. "Maybe you moved it?" He searched everywhere, muttering, complaining. But something had changed. For the first time all day, he came onto the shop floor, stayed there long enough to feel it, the heat, the discomfort, the exhaustion. And after about 10 minutes, he walked back upstairs. A few seconds later, you heard it, a soft click, then a hum, cold air, flowing. Finally, Someone near the counter whispered, "About time." But we didn't stop there, because sometimes the best revenge isn't a moment. It's a habit. Every morning after that, we moved the big industrial bin right into his parking spot. Every single day. So he'd have to get out in his press shirt, in the heat, and move it himself. A small inconvenience, but constant, relentless, unavoidable. He never mentioned the fan again, never questioned the AC after that. And slowly, very slowly, he started coming downstairs more often, checking in, listening, because now he knew what it felt like. Some people don't understand discomfort until they experience it themselves. You can explain it. You can ask nicely. You can be patient. But sometimes the only thing that works is letting them feel it. If this story made you smile, hit that like button and tell me in the comments, what's the pettiest revenge you've ever seen at work? And don't forget to subscribe for more stories where karma hits exactly right.